This is a review of the CYMA 028S, otherwise known as the CYMA AK-47 paratrooper version. It's got the folding stock. Alright, metal parts on this thing: your trigger guard, your mag release, upper receiver, which also doubles as your battery cover, this thing, its opposite, where the button for the stock release is, both sling mounts, the whole stock, here, this one, and this one. That didn't sound good. This bolt, which doesn't actually do anything except covers your hop-up. Sights, front sight. Basically the whole front end is metal, except for obviously the imitation wood. It has pretty poor wiring, which holds together its 8.4 volt, 1100 milliamp stick type battery, which is already in there because it's a pain to get in. It's not the best motor in the world, but its spring is only capable of 290 to 300 feet per second, so its rate of fire is pretty good. I'd say about 850. That's 850 rounds per minute. And it has metal gears, and it's a version 3 gearbox. So, it also comes with 2 metal mags, at least this model did when I bought it, but I prefer to use the plastic ones, and I'll demonstrate why in a minute. It didn't come with a sling either, that was bought separately. Now, the battery. You push this back, in rather, this whole thing lifts up, slides straight back, and there's your battery. It is, as I said, a pain, but let's try it here. What you want to do, got the battery. Now it plugs in right there. That's your standard plug. And once you've got it plugged in, you want to push this whole thing up forward toward the muzzle. Once that's in, the battery has enough room to just sit comfortably. Once that's done, sorry if you can't see this, but I can't do it any other way. Once that's done, you take your upper receiver, you put it on, and then you want it to snap right into place. You want that cover to snap on, just like that. Alright. Now that we've got it all set, let's fire a few rounds. So what I've done is tape 2 mags together. These are about 600 rounds each, but you can never be too careful. You never have too much ammo. What you're going to do, it's basically like any other AK. You want to push, you got your mag well, you want to put the magazine in like that, and then rock it backward, and it's going to click in, like so. Now these are both already wound, because I didn't really feel like winding them on here. Your selector switch is kind of a pain, but to get to it, just to make it easier to get to, what I'm going to have to do, this is another thing I don't like about this weapon, you have to take out your mag, with a few BBs, take out your mag just to move your stock. And to move the stock, you push this button. It's very important to push this button. Your stock will break if you don't. That's both folding it up and extending it. The button has to be pressed. Push the button, let it swing out. It's going to click into place there. You fold this part down, and you've got a stock. Stock's loose. This stock is not leaving my shoulder, it's not moving at all, but the whole gun can go up and down, which isn't all that great. I'm just going to leave this extended. And I'm going to take my magazines. I'm going to swap them in, just like that. And I'm going to set this to semi. Now one thing about this fire selector switch, it moves alright right now. Safe, full, semi, sort of alright, but it gets loose pretty quick. What you have to do is pop this cover off. There's a Phillips screw underneath it, just tighten that. You have to do that pretty often though. Now, Let me put a few shots into this. Now, as I said, it's fully auto, pretty quick. Let me show you what I mean. If I can get the selector switch. Really don't like the selector switch at all. There we go. Pretty quick. And if you're out of ammo, you just pop in your fresh one. You're all set. So overall, for being worth $90 to $100, it's not that bad, but I would definitely say save your money, get a better one.